Every 40 minutes, a story we can no longer ignore. Have you ever sat quietly and asked yourself, who's really raising our children today? We live in a world where parents are busier than ever, teachers are overworked, exhausted, and underpaid, and children are left to find their own way, guided not by love or wisdom, but by algorithm. Their mentors now, YouTube Shorts, TikTok dances, strangers on Instagram, and let's be honest, most of those people don't give a damn about your child. And some of the things they teach may shock you, may terrify you. Let's begin with a simple, chilling fact. Every 40 minutes, in India alone, a child under the age of 18 chooses to end their life. Not in a war, not from hunger, but from pain, invisible pain, unprocessed emotions, isolation, confusion, pressure, heartbreak. Why are children, reaching the edge so early? Why is hatred, violence, and deep sorrow entering their lives before they've even turned 14? Because we gave them access to the entire world before they were ready to understand even themselves. At 12, at 13, they fall in love, or so they think. Their bodies wrecked, their hearts race, and suddenly, a school crush becomes a possessive bond. She's mine. They've heard it in the movies, the music, the reels. Love becomes ownership, connection becomes control. And if that connection breaks, they don't grieve it, they explode from it. Because no one ever taught them how to sit with sadness, how to hold space for rejection, how to say this hurts, but it'll be okay. Instead they say, if I can't have her, no one will. And we watch horrified as tragedies unfold, murders, young lives ended, irreversible loss. And yet, we dare to call it freedom. We allow, even encourage 13-year-olds to explore emotions that even 30-year-olds struggle to handle. But their minds aren't ready. Their hearts haven't grown roots. And in the absence of strong roots, even a breeze can break them. So when love turns to hate, when friends become enemies, when emotions overwhelm, they reap like anyone who feels cornered, alone, misunderstood. Because while their bodies may look mature, their minds are still figuring out what kindness is, what patience means, what it means to truly care for another. These aren't instincts, they are skills. They must be taught. And who's teaching them? A game developer in another country, a beauty influencer chasing likes, a prankster who turns pain into profit. Parents are busy. Teachers are rotating every 45 minutes. Grandparents are absent, and love, the real kind, the quiet, observing kind, is nowhere in sight. So how does a child learn how to be human? If you leave even a puppy unattended, unloved for months, it turns wild, uncontrollable. Now imagine a child whose behavior is 90% learned. A child who hasn't been taught how to process emotion, how to express, how to forgive, how to hope. We shouldn't be shocked at the chaos. We created it. The truth is brutal. A child is not a hobby, not an accessory, not a weekend project. A child is a 20-year commitment, a sacred one. And if you're not ready for that, don't do it. Because bringing a life into this world without intention, without attention, is one of the greatest forms of neglect. And we can't keep hiding behind systems, or culture, or progress. We can't keep pretending this is someone else's problem. It's not, it's ours. The world is full of people who say, we need more children to run tomorrow's industries. But no one stops to ask, are we even raising the children we already have? If you were a tigress, it'd tell you to reproduce, because tigers are endangered. But humans were not. What we're short on isn't children, it's connection, guidance, time, love. We don't need more kids. We need to take better care of the ones already here. And above all, we need to remember why we built technology in the first place. To serve human beings, not to dominate them, not to replace their relationships, not to distract them from real life. So yes, maybe in 30 or 40 years, well mature. Maybe well learn not to let every app, every trend, every tool control us. Maybe well-raised, thoughtful, emotionally stable children again. But the question is, how many lives will be lost in the meantime? How many more young hearts will give up before we decide that this story needs a new ending? We can't wait, because somewhere right now, a child is scrolling through their phone, feeling completely alone, and they may not make it to the next 40 minutes. Let's make sure they do.